Before creating this video, I'd been struggling a lot with loneliness and self-love. When you're all alone, it often feels like you've got no one who knows what you're going through. Truth is, you do, and most people know what it's like. Learn to be happy on your own. Learn to be free.
My mom once told me, half the fun is doing it together. Of course I laughed at her, but in retrospect she was kinda right. As humans, we intrinsically crave social connection. So much so that some things only become enjoyable when there's someone else around. To me that means, if you learn to love something on your own, sharing it will feel even better. To be honest with you, I would have never come to that conclusion though, without a very dear friend's advice. In December, I had been going through a really bad patch of low motivation. I had no purpose in my life. You know that feeling when it feels like nothing even matters? I had that, just a lot worse than usual. Go somewhere far away, where you've never been. That's what he told me. But you need to be alone.
All alone out here. I almost feel like an explorer discovering a new part of the world. It's so peaceful, but so all-powerful at the same time. So that's the destination I picked for its natural beauty and rich culture. And maybe because the flight only cost $45. Anyways, when traveling on your own, you realize rather quickly that you're kind of fully relying on yourself right now and there's no help coming. Which is probably why it's so insightful in the first place. But then again, I did kind of think I was gonna die at some point, so that might have played a role. But more on that in a bit.
Like I said, I was searching for a purpose. I needed to feel alive again. So my first plan was to climb the tallest mountain in Scotland. However, I quickly realized that since I didn't want to actually die, that wasn't about to happen.
Luckily, I met this amazing Scottish guy at the airport who recommended I visit a small village called Inverarnon. So after spending a few days in Edinburgh, that's exactly what I did. A quick 4 a.m. bus ride later, I arrived in the village, which was really more like 2 houses by the side of the road. Alright, so behind me you can see the famous Drover's Inn, right? And now take a look at this view. Up there's a waterfall. We're gonna hike up there right now.
Spending time on your own is a bit like taking yourself on a date. You just gotta figure out what you like to do. Like, what do you really enjoy doing, regardless of who you're with?
Alright, take a look at these magnificent mountains in front of me. Snow-covered peaks. And the sky is clearing up. This is a wonderful day to be outside.
Maybe you like to work out, or cook, or you like to explore nature, like how I do. Or you don't know what it is you enjoy yet. The only way to figure that out, though, is by trying different things. After admiring the beautiful view, I was about to head back when I bumped into 2 guys walking the same trail as I. They were going to hike up one of the snowy peaks in the distance, a small mountain I hadn't even considered climbing. But I decided to tag along. I had come here in search of adventure after all. But man, I really had no idea what I was getting myself into. I mean, just listen to the sound on this video. This shit was windy as fuck. Sadly, I didn't film much of anything because I was too busy trying not to get blown off the side of a cliff. There were many moments where I thought of turning back, but I had come here to change something. And with every step I took along the icy path, I felt closer to what I can only describe as God. I did nearly get blown off a cliff several times, but that was all worth it. Reaching the top and looking down at the world below, wow, that was incredible. Having to fight through the cold, wet snow showed me that I was not quite ready to give up on life yet. And you know what I realize now? I went to Scotland to be on my own, but really I was never truly alone. Whenever I needed someone to be there, somehow the universe made it happen. Enjoying your time alone is really quite simple. Like I said, it's just like taking yourself on a date. So go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do. Do it alone. But remember, you're never truly alone. And who knows, you might just make some friends along the way.